Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. So, today's topic, the power of a great response to pain or symptoms. So I'll get to that in a minute. Listening to the birds and the crickets, the squirrel up in the tree, making a little bit of noise. You hear him? Cluck, 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 cluck. Yeah, he's up on the tree looking down at me like, what's this guy doing outside? Beautiful day, blue sky, white clouds. Breathe in the nature. Exhale the feeling of being indoors all day. I love being outside. That's why I shoot out here anytime I can. Get outside, folks. It's good for your heart. It's good for your soul. It's good for your lungs. It's good for your eyes. We need natural light. The indoor incandescent LED light bulbs, fluorescent light bulbs, we were not evolved to live under those things. So as much as you can, get outside. Get some natural light, even if it's cloudy. It's still good for your biology. So, the power of a great response. So what I'm talking about is one of the two aspects, one of the two things that I suggest is absolutely within your control. First of those is what you expect. If you wake up and say, oh no, this is going to be an awful day, it's going to be awful, 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 oh no, I can't, oh, I'm dreading putting my feet on the floor and walking, right? That's the expectation that many of us have. But what would happen if we started to expect the best, which is like, you wake up, you open your eyes and you go, today's going to be a great day, I know it. You set that intention, you set that belief, you make a decision. That sets in motion this thing called the reticular activating system. And what that does is it's a part of the brain that's always looking for evidence that the thing you believe is actually true and accurate. So if you make a statement that says, I've decided today's going to be a great day, no matter what happens, you're making a decision which forms a belief, and your brain goes to work looking for evidence that today's a great day. So let's get on to the topic of this video, which is the power of a great response. Let's say you set the proper expectation, you expect it to be a great day, but for some reason you get some symptoms. What's your response? Darn it, I can't believe it. I thought I had the right expectation. This stuff's supposed to work. Dan, you're selling me a bill of goods. This stuff doesn't work, right? And if we get frustrated, fearful, start telling ourselves stories that we're all the way back at square one and that we're not getting any better, and what if this never goes away, and oh, right? If you launch into the fearful story and the fearful response with anger, frustration, I'm not afraid of my pain, Dan, I'm just pissed off. Okay. Well, why are you pissed? Because you don't like it. Why don't you like it? Because the brain perceives it as dangerous. Right? So, the power of a great response. Well, what's a better response than being pissed off, frustrated, scared, fearful, freak out, panic? A better response. I know what that is. Okay, so my symptoms are up today. BFD, big effing deal. Right? IDGAF, I don't give a F. Those are great responses because it shows and proves to the brain, I'm not concerned by this stuff. So brain, you don't need to be either. The power of a great response. Do your best not to freak out. Freak out less and less until you're generally not freaking out at all. Even on some of the most colorful days, you're still not freaking out because you've taught yourself nobody ever got better by freaking out. You accept that as true because in your history, anytime you freak out, what happens to symptoms? They generally go up and they stick around longer. So a great response is moving away from freak out into what I call calm reassurance. The ability to use real words, real discussion, real language with our own brain that says, I know what that is. I don't have to figure out what the brain's perceiving as danger, but it is perceiving something as dangerous, otherwise the symptoms would not have raised or increased. And so, hey brain, you going to work with me? We're not in danger. We're actually okay. How do I know? Because I've acquired all the knowledge. I'm a smart cookie. Brain, you're a smart cookie too. You know that we're okay. We've done the assessments. We've realized that we've taken the pain test. We've done the FIT assessment, and all indications are that it's TMS, perceived danger pain, or symptoms. And so, brain, come on. Try not to respond, brain, to things like emotions, family stress, life stress, global events. Look, those things are stressful, and I'll give you that. I'm living on the same planet as you, and I'm well aware of the global chaos that's going on right now with wars and economy and all that stuff. So I recognize that, and it's a little fearful, but you don't have to hurt. I recognize that we all have stressors in our life, relationship stressors, money stress, financial stress, work stress, kid stress, parent stress, self-imposed perfectionism stress, the belief that we're not doing well enough, the judgment, the criticism. All of those things can be perceived as dangerous. So look, but stress is not the problem. Because even with all of those stressors, you don't have to hurt. How do I know? Because I don't. I used to, but I taught my brain that all of those stressors do not have to cause pain. And trust me, the work that I do, yeah, it seems nice and chill, and I can go hang outside under the trees and talk a little bit. Wonderful. I get it. These are some of the more peaceful times, but in the middle of group coaching for over 3 hours and not knowing who's going to raise their hand next and not knowing what kind of questions or challenges they're going to bring up and not knowing their mental or emotional state, I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants, and that can be stressful for 3 hours. And on Wednesdays, I do that twice for 3 hours. So 6 hours of come at me with your questions and I'll do my best. So that's stressful. The messages I get are stressful. The overload of emails that I get are stressful, right? So if you're the type to email me and go, hey, does this stuff work? I'm going to encourage you to go back to dansfaststart.com, because one of the videos in there is the biggest question: do I have TMS? Do I have perceived danger pain? I can't answer that question for you, but you can. So it's not the stress that matters, it's the brain's perception of danger. So if danger's the problem, safety's the solution, period, end of discussion. Don't overcomplicate it. So if you are in a flare-up, your symptoms have escalated, and you don't know why, the answer to the why question is the brain's perceiving some danger. Sometimes it's obvious, sometimes it's really not. But you don't have to know. You don't have to figure it out. You can jump right to safety. Advance to go, Monopoly term. Right? The go in Monopoly in this world is advance to safety. Stop trying to figure everything out. Stop second guessing yourself. Stop calling yourself a failure because you haven't beat this yet. None of that stuff is true. None of this stuff is your fault. Your brain is just still hypervigilant, always looking out for danger, and it's not buying the message yet. So how do we convince it? Mindset needs to shift first. Calm consistently. Freak out today, calm tomorrow. Your brain's not going to buy the calm and turn things off because you just freaked out the day before, right? So the power of a great response consistently is that when you respond like, I'm okay, I know what it is. I'm not worried about it. Hey, come on, brain. Get on board with me. We're going to keep doing stuff. We're going to keep on expanding our capacity, expanding our world, and we're going to do more and more. And I'm going to show you, brain, that we're actually okay. And brain, trust me, I'm highly intelligent. So are you. We're going to work together on this because I believe I'm perfectly safe. I know with certainty I'm perfectly safe. So brain, come on board. Accept this because we are perfectly safe. Our bodies are fine. They will take care of themselves if we get our thinking and fear out of the way. Let's get out of the fight or flight response. Let's get out of the fear. Let's not ruminate on all of the worries about our future. Let's not remind ourselves all of the misperceptions that we believe might be true and might be the reasons why we're hurting. Clarity matters, folks. Certainty matters. Confidence matters. If you're not sure, doihavepdp.com. That webpage will give you assessments and learnings that will show you what's going on. So, there is huge power in the response. Look, you might be able to walk out the door and go, today's going to be a great day. But if symptoms show up and you freak out and panic and get all upset and despair and think you're all the way back at square one, that negative response is powerful as well. And so what you're doing with that negative response is confirming the brain's perception that we're actually in danger. But if you can respond to symptoms in a way that goes, I know what that is, I'm not too concerned about it. Actually, I'm not concerned at all because I know what it is and we've done the homework, we've done the assessments, I know with certainty that's all that's going on. The brain's perceiving danger and sounding a false alarm. That's powerful. Do that consistently. But you got to believe it too. Do it consistently and the brain will eventually catch on and say, you know what? Dan's not only telling me that we're okay, but he's showing me, because it doesn't matter if you are saying I'm safe. If you're doing it like this, breathing shallow in a tight body, scared and practically begging for the symptoms to go away, it's not convincing. So the power of a great response, it's one of your two controllable, I'll say, resources that you can utilize to convince your scared, misinformed brain that you're actually okay. Number one is what you expect. Expect the best. Predictive coding says if you expect to hurt, your brain's going to create it out of thin air, whether there's a physical problem or not. So you may as well work within the framework of how this brain and nervous system works and expect the best. People will be like, oh, that's so hard. I'm not good at visualizing. Yes, you are. You're visualizing the worst. So I'm just suggesting you flip the story to visualize or expect the best, authentically. And if the symptoms happen to show up, how you respond is extremely powerful. If you freak out, that's powerful to the negative and may delay recovery. If you respond positively with certainty, clarity, and lack of concern, that's powerful in teaching the brain that you're actually okay. Do that with a relaxed body, comfortably breathing. Not tight, shallow breathing, but relaxed body. Shift your attention away from symptoms and fixing back to engaging in life, something more important. Make living your life more important than fixing the symptoms. These things matter, folks. These things totally matter. So, don't miss out on the power of a great response, because a negative response consistently is going to delay recovery, and that's what we don't want. A great response consistently is powerful in a positive way and will accelerate your results and your recovery. So I'm going to wrap it up there. Hope everybody's doing fantastic. I love you all, and still some construction, but love you all, and we'll see you guys and gals tomorrow.